In today's program, we conclude our three-part series in Ireland. This is Dennis Callan for the Hawaii Geographic Society, and I've taken you many places on our World Traveler program, and today I'm bringing you to the town of Callan. That's right, Dennis Callan reporting from Callan in Ireland. So let's have a look around town.
This is Callan town, and it's a small population. We have a small population here, you know. And in saying that, it's very quiet. And it's a great place to come to on holidays. Because if you want to get away from it all, we have a lot of things here, you know. Especially the nice quiet walks and scenery and stuff like that that you might want to see, you know. We have a couple of abbeys, one just across the road there. We have also a cemetery above the road, just a couple of miles up the road there, and there's a lot of old IRA men buried there. It's to commemorate the Easter Rising and that, you know.
What's the economy? What is it, farming?
Farming. Yeah, it's about 90% farming, yeah.
One of the best ways to meet local people when you're visiting a town in Ireland is to pay a visit to the local pub. And in Callan, you've got 19 pubs to choose from.
The town of Callan, it's an old, very old town. And I was born 80 years ago in it and lived in about a mile away from it. And 40 years ago, I came in and lived here in Mellors Park. I'm still there, married, had a wife and 10 children.
Wow.
They're all away now and all married. We're here alone, the two of us, wife and myself. It's a nice town, a good town, and very nice people in it.
They always love Callan. Callan down to the years have many friends all over the whole world.
Oh, we love it. No food, pure drink. You can eat at home any day of the week.
That'll tell you about the priorities of Callan. There's 15 pubs and one restaurant. They do more drinking than eating.
Oh, we love this town,
The founder of the Coca-Cola formula was from outside Callan. That was one. And then the architect of the original White House that you've got in Washington, your capital, was a fellow called Thomas Holman. And he was born 2 miles up the road out here.
Why is there a lot of traffic in the town?
Well, I don't know, the traffic here is very bad. As you know, they're looking for a bypass here. I don't know when this is going to come about, but they're very anxious for it. The town is terrible as regards traffic. There's one street down there, Bridge Street, and it's shocking. Traffic, big trucks, and the next thing, some of the houses are going to fall. For the past 20 years, they're looking for this bypass, but so far, there's nothing happened.
No matter where you go in the world, traffic is always a big topic of conversation.
They want to bypass the streets. You know, the streets are very narrow in Callan. Yeah, you see it when you go up now, Bridge Street. It's very narrow. Yeah.
A lot of people come to stay here on holidays.
Do they?
An awful lot of people emigrated out of it, and they all come back to find their roots.
I see.
Yeah.
What's the advantage of having a thatch roof? Is it good to have
Well,
a thatch?
that's what, you see, there was so much wheat grown in Ireland long ago that every other house was thatched. Everyone had thatched roofs. And then the thatchers, it's a very intricate trade, and everyone could do a good bit of thatching. They do it in streaks, and it is a slow business. My roof up there is thatched, and it is a very warm house.
It's been interesting to visit this small village of Callan, for it's just a typical and representative small town on the face of the Irish landscape. From here we travel to a much more famous town of Kilkenny. Kilkenny boasts the most visited medieval castle in all of Ireland. It's set on the banks of the beautiful River Nore, which runs right through the middle of the town of Kilkenny. The population of 15,000 makes this a relatively big town for Ireland, and it had played a very important role in the earlier history of the country. Kilkenny was briefly the capital of Ireland in the 1640s, when it was the center of a resistance movement to British rule. However, Cromwell invaded in 1650 and conquered the town, despite this massive fortress defending the city itself. The castle has been rebuilt and renovated many times since it was first constructed back in the 12th century by the Anglo-Normans. And today it stands as a proud mix of Gothic architectural style and Tudor style in 18th and 19th century, with even some Georgian touches, particularly in the interior. The Great Picture Gallery has been renovated extensively and is now once again open to the public, displaying portraits of the Butler family, some of them dating back to the 14th and 15th centuries. Complete with the original style wooden hammer beam ceiling, this long gallery includes portraits by Van Dyck and Lely and has the original style of stained glass Gothic windows. There's an abundant display of furniture from the various historical periods of Kilkenny Castle, and the kitchen itself is still in operation and functions today as a snack bar. The Butler family lived in the castle until the mid-1950s, and since that time, the castle's been operated by the National Trust as a public museum. There's a very modest entrance fee, guided tours are available, and it's well worth your visit when you're near Kilkenny. Make a detour to come over and have a look inside Kilkenny Castle. Just across the street is the Kilkenny Design Centre in a row of renovated houses that feature some of the finest handmade products available for sale in Ireland. And for now, we're going downtown Kilkenny. It's reputed to be the best preserved medieval town plan in all of Ireland. And here you can see why. These narrow side alleyways, the old Gothic structures in the middle of town, and the shop fronts are very nicely preserved from the 17th through the 19th centuries. It's a small, compact town center, so it's quite pleasant to stroll about. And you'll have your choice of several small hotels or a variety of bed and breakfasts in the area.
My name is Don Sheehan. Myself and my wife Helen, we operate a bed and breakfast here in Kilkenny. There's 1,000 or more such bed and breakfasts in Ireland. They're quite cheap. They're a very economic way of seeing the country. It's a way of meeting the people as against hotels. They're more personal. You have the personal contact with the people themselves, like, and they're just an ordinary average family home. When the person arrives at a B&B, like I say, the host will go through like with the local area with him and explain, like we'll say, like, you know, where the good restaurants are, like where there's a bit of Irish music, like what there's to do in the area. The people that are at it are all at it a number of years, like, and as well as that, if a person comes into a town, like, looking for accommodation, and if they call to a particular bed and breakfast and they haven't accommodation, there's a good system working within the bed and breakfast whereby everybody knows everybody else, like, and it's very easy for the person in the bed and breakfast to make contact, like, with another bed and breakfast, like, and fix them up in accommodation, which, like, is a great advantage, especially, like, we'll say, like, at festival time in a particular town. If a group of people come in, like, at a festival period, like, it can be very, very difficult to get accommodation. And a tourist, like, could give, like, we'll say, like, several, up to an hour or two, like, driving around from one road to another, trying to locate accommodation. Whereas by, like, we'll say, like, a host in a bed and breakfast, like, can get on the phone, and they would nearly know, like, we'll say, like, who in the town at a particular time would have accommodation, because they would be in contact, like, you know. Well, you see, bed and breakfasts have developed greatly in Ireland, particularly in the last 10 years, like, and the demand now, like we'll say, like, is for the ensuite room. People like to have bathrooms in the rooms, like, and all the bed and breakfasts have gone in that direction, like, and they've restructure their houses, like, to suit this, like, and an awful lot of them have built on extra bathrooms and that to provide, like, a bathroom. Nearly in all cases now there's a bathroom with each bedroom, like, and at a very, very, very competitive price. And the price includes, like, a full breakfast, like we'll say, like, and there is even a bit of choice at breakfast, like, if a person You know, like they can have a full Irish breakfast, like I'll say, like our continental or any variation of either, like.
Ireland has perfected the system of bed and breakfast, as you can hear from our host. There's about 1,500 scattered throughout the country, and you can just drive and stop wherever you please and find accommodations with hardly any problems whatsoever. So you can relax and enjoy your visit, and when you leave one bed and breakfast, you can either decide where you're going to be spending the next night and have your host call ahead to make a reservation, or if you'd rather just go freestyle and drive at your pleasure and stop wherever, you'll be sure to find some place to stay.